What's up, YouTube? Xavier back again with another video. And before I get started, this rant is brought to you by another one of these sparkling ice. I got the cherry limeade kind from work, and it's actually pretty good. But I had to drink some before I had to start this rant. You see this? You read the title? You know what time it is. Time to do a recap of last night's game between the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Houston Rockets. As usual, I always start doing a recap and then I give my thoughts at the end. It's already 5 o'clock, so it's already 6 p.m. in Miami. So it's time for the Mix at 6 on Miami's classic hip-hop and R&B station, Vibe 927 with DJ LS. But before I get to that, let's do this recap of last night's game between the Rockets and the T-Wolves. First quarter, Rockets were down by 6 points. While the Timberwolves scored 30, the Rockets scored 26. So it was Timberwolves 30, Rockets 26. Second quarter, Rockets came up short again, scoring. The Rockets dominated the second quarter, scoring 24 points while the Timberwolves scored 19. So the score was Rockets 50, Timberwolves 49. Then the Rockets once again dominated in the third quarter, scoring 43 points while the T-Wolves scored 29. And in the fourth quarter, both teams scored 24 points apiece. And the final score, Houston Rockets 117, Minnesota Timberwolves 102. James Harden scored 20 points, had 2 rebounds and 10 assists. CP3 Chris Paul had 25 points, 7 rebounds and 10 assists. Clint Capella had 20 points, 13 rebounds and 1 assist. PJ Tucker had 8 points, 2 rebounds and no assists. Eric Gordon had 12 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Iman Shumpert has 7 points, 6 rebounds, and 3 assists. Danuel House had 14 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Gerald Green had 9 points, 1 rebound, and no assists. Nene had 2 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. Gary Clark had no points and no assists, but had 1 rebound. Taj Gibson, former Chicago Bull, had 15 points, 10 rebounds, and 1 assist. Karl Anthony Towns had 22 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. And who was the player of the game? It wasn't James Harden this time. It was CP3 Chris Paul with 25 points. And now on to my thoughts. Rockets started off slow in the first quarter, but they were starting to get better in the last 3. See, I got a notification said Vibe 927 Miami is live on Instagram. I'll get to that, but let me finish up this rant. So the Rockets started off slow in the first quarter, but they were getting better in the last 3. Kind of reminds me of this past Friday's game between them and the Suns. Just like my friend Mike Henry left a comment in my thoughts about the Phoenix Suns versus Houston Rockets game from this past Friday on his birthday. They started off slow in the beginning, but they got the job done as the game kept going. So now Rockets have 44 wins and 26 losses. Let's see if they can make it 45 and 26 when they hit the road to the ATL tomorrow against the Hawks. Then they got another game on Wednesday in Memphis against the Grizzlies. Then they're back at home this Friday taking on the Spurs. Then next Sunday, they're going to be hitting the road in New Orleans taking on the Pelicans. Next Tuesday, they're in Milwaukee taking on the Bucks. Next Thursday, they're back at home taking on the Nuggets. They got 2 games against the Kings back-to-back at home on March 30th and in Sacramento on April 2nd. So now the Rockets has 12 games left before the end of the 2018-2019 season, before the 2019 playoff starts. Man, this is going to be big. Hopefully the Rockets do better in this year's playoffs than last year's, because remember, they were this close to beating the Warriors and going to the NBA Finals in the Western Conference Finals. They were doing good in the first quarter in Game 7 of the Western Conference Finals. Or first half they were doing good, but in the second half, they had to choke and let the Warriors go up against LeBron and his former teammates, the Cavaliers, for the 4th year in a row. But I'm glad this Cavaliers Warriors rivalry shit is over now that LeBron is playing for the Lakers. But with that being said, that's going to wrap up my rant about last night's game between the Rockets and the T-Wolves. Let me know what you guys think about this game. And how do you feel about Chris Paul being player of the game instead of James Harden? Thumbs up if you liked this video. Thumbs down if you didn't. Hit subscribe if you like the content. Click on the notification bell for the next video. And I will catch you tomorrow for part 5 of my gameplay of Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. I'm about to jump on Vibe 92.7 Miami's IG Live to see DJ LS on the 1s and 2s cranking up that classic hip hop for Miami Monday. Don't follow your dreams, chase them. Peace. Go Houston Rockets.